Should be. I made the, okay. Check, you see me? All right, well, I'll just stand here and talk. Check, 1, 2. Check, 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 1, 2. Check, check. Check, 1, 2. Check, 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 1, 2. Mic check. Testing stream. Okay. Okay. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, great. Okay, yep, okay.
Are the circles? Oh, of course.
keeps the camera that clean. And you're not talking about this. 15,000. It's cheap. The whole thing. That area is going to be privacy.
We're starting to get into the city. I heard.
No one's doing this application yet. It's just financial services, overseas investment houses, hedge funds. If you want to make an investment, still in parking lots. Go to now from this region, these targets, go to this region, these targets, and then you combine that, that it's pretty hard. Put it up or down. Same thing, we do the same thing with Walmart. Any retail, you can do it. Other than maybe cities.
Problem is that you only get probably a sample size of several hundred to make anything.
The biggest thing is not going to be delivery, but it's going to be monitoring. That's what I'm saying. You treat people
Survey, whatever, like it is. Railroads.
you already do it. You already do So what they've been doing is more behind main deck processes. Now they want to review for over 1 million acres of sand. CHC. We use our season 3D product. They have a package of zones where it takes big scale farm and say, here's the farm, look at it. This is any pesticide here, you have farms here, you need fertilizer here, you need water here, you have an issue, you need to do something about that, or just let it go. This is you can change your years of but they need to know, so, all right, you know what, this over here is sort of like this, don't try to revise it over here. Don't put any other thing in. Don't put any new just let it go. Or, we pick this up, go here now, and then they want to use those well seeds really low. Where they eliminate all that stuff. We show and teach them that goes full growers to see exactly what's going on from period over period, week to week. They're doing it growing. Right now they can't. They do it yeah, they can't go so I always say what's going to
Please be seated. It is a sincere pleasure and honor to welcome our incipient graduates. On average, I know you've been thinking about this day for almost 2 semesters. And it's an even greater pleasure to welcome the families and siblings and grandparents of our graduates. I know on average you've been thinking about this day for 2 decades or more. I'm Aaron Mitchell. I'm the department head of biological sciences, and I'd like to introduce my colleagues who are crowding the stage today to attend and applaud the accomplishments of our outstanding graduates. So, Dr. Maggie Braun. Dr. Shobha Subramanian. Dr. Carrie Doonan. Dr. Becky Campanaro. Dr. Veronica Hinman. Dr. Javier Lopez. Dr. Gordon Rule. Dr. John Wolford. Dr. Joel McManus. And circling around, Dr. Philip Kempo. Dr. Manoj Puthenvidu, Dr. DJ Brazer, Dr. Emily Drill, Dr. Marcel Boucher, Dr. Russell Schwartz, Dr. John Minden, Dr. Jason D'Antonio, and Dr. Fred Lonnie. And now, let me present Dr. Maggie Braun, our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Affairs.
Good afternoon. As Dr. Mitchell said, my name is Maggie Braun, and I am the MCS Associate Dean for Undergraduate Affairs. I transitioned to this position in December, but have served as the primary academic advisor for this group of undergraduates since their first year on campus. I'm proud to be able to introduce this last group of students that I've advised in the department and would like to personally welcome and congratulate everyone here today. I'm happy to introduce the recipients of several undergraduate awards. But before I present some departmental awards, I would like to recognize a noteworthy student that was recognized at the university level. Each year, our department nominates a graduating student to represent us as an Andrew Carnegie Society Scholar, recognizing their enthusiasm for Carnegie Mellon and outstanding leadership on and off campus. This year, Jill J. Cox was recognized to represent our department and receive this university distinction. She was also selected as this year's recipient of the university's Judith A. Resnick Award. Jill, please come to the stage to receive the Resnick Award. The Judith A. Resnick Award was established in 1990 to honor the life and impact of Challenger astronaut and CMU alumna Judith Resnick. Dr. Resnick worked for RCA, the National Institutes of Health, and the Xerox Corporation before becoming an astronaut candidate with NASA. In 1986, she was a mission specialist on the orbiter Challenger, which exploded as it was launched into space. This award was established to honor Dr. Resnick and recognize exceptional Carnegie Mellon alumna. Every spring, one female student is selected by the university to be recognized with this honor. Recipients receive an award of $1,000, a certificate of recognition that's actually signed by Dr. Suresh, it's not the stamp, and their names are added to Carnegie Mellon Judith A. Resnick Award plaque that hangs in the Cohen University Center. Congratulations, Jill, and we know that you'll have a major impact on biomedical science in your future. For the last 15 years, the department has recognized students that have significantly contributed to the success of Biological Sciences Student Advisory Council, or BioSAC. This organization has been one of the most active and effective student advisory councils on campus. This year, we had 2 students that met and exceeded the requirements for this honor. As I announce your name, please stand to receive your award, a token of our appreciation for your role in the success of the department over the last 4 years. The BioSAC Award winners include Masha Osman, and Laura Perella. Thank you again for making our department stand out on campus. 8 years ago, our department lost a dear colleague, mentor, and friend, Dr. Elizabeth Jones. She was a wonderful scientist and scholar, but her real passion was for teaching and guiding our undergraduate students. Beth believed that the best way to stimulate and excite students about science was to give them real, hands-on, original research experiences, not just cookbook, read-the-recipe projects. The result of her vision is that over 85% of our undergraduates experience valuable benchside research. This has stimulated scores of our students to choose research careers. To honor Beth's commitment to undergraduate research, the department created the Elizabeth W. Jones Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research. This award is given to honor research efforts of a talented and dedicated undergraduate over their years at Carnegie Mellon. Choosing the recipient of this award is a very difficult decision given the wealth of exceptionally gifted and dedicated students doing original cutting-edge research. The 8th and this year's recipient of the Elizabeth W. Jones Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research is Michelle Yu. Michelle, please come to the stage. Thank you. So Michelle worked in Dr. Sandy Kuhlman's lab, who's a neuroscientist here in our department, for the last 2 years. The Kuhlman lab specifically studies neurobiology, how animals learn and behave appropriately in their local environment. The lab uses a wide range of techniques, including electrophysiological recordings of targeted cell types, cell culture, and mouse models, microscopy, behavioral methods, and computational analyses. When asked about Michelle's work in the lab, Dr. Kuhlman said, "Michelle's specific contributions to my lab are numerous. One of Michelle's contributions was with the help of a postdoc in Dr. Nathan Urban's lab, where she developed a prototype electronic circuit for monitoring licking behavior in rodents. 3 projects in the lab are now built off of this initial prototype, and it is likely that other labs will be using it in the near future. For this effort, Michelle will be a co-author on the first publication from my lab to use this technology." She went on to add, of all of the undergraduates I've interacted with, Michelle is in the top 1% in terms of quality and precision of her work. She can achieve such precision because she attacks scientific research with an intense curiosity and vigor. Dr. Kuhlman and our entire faculty look forward to watching Michelle grow as a scientist in years to come. I'm sure that Dr. Jones will be proud. Congratulations. This completes the award segment of our ceremony, and I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Shobha Subramanian, who's the Assistant Department Head for Graduate Affairs, who will be presenting the doctor's and master's candidates.
Thank you, Maggie. I'm Shobha Subramanian, Assistant Department Head for Graduate Affairs in our department. Dr. Mitchell, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, graduating students, family, friends, and staff, it's my honor and pleasure today to introduce our graduate students as they come here to receive their diplomas. Our students receiving their PhD degrees today have made significant contributions toward our knowledge of biological processes. Key highlights of their research include understanding how opiate addiction and pain therapies are linked to protein trafficking in neurons, using model organisms to study colon cancer, using highly sophisticated biophysical and biochemical methodology to study protein-protein interactions in highly complex molecular machines required for proper functioning of cells, and also in understanding enzymatic mechanisms at a great detail at the molecular level, and finally, last but not the least, understanding how viruses infect their cells and how the DNA gets packaged so compactly within those viruses. Between all of our PhD students receiving their degrees today, there are 35 papers on which they are listed as authors, which is a tremendous accomplishment. And we are very proud of each of our students' science and contributions to research. These students have presented their work at national and international meetings several times, and some of them have won awards for best poster, best presentation over the years. All their work has direct or indirect applications for human health and disease, and we are very proud of you. So now I'll call out the PhD degree awardees today, one by one, and I'll read a few lines about their accomplishments. So, Shayna Bauman, PhD in Biological Sciences. Her thesis is regulation of G-protein coupled receptor trafficking by downstream signaling kinases. Her advisor is Manoj Putanveer. Shayna is one of the most well-rounded students to graduate from our PhD program, and her accomplishments are too long to list in the short time I've been given today. She has her name on 7 papers, and she has 2 more that she's writing up right now. She served as president of the Sciences Teaching Club. She was the executive assistant to Dr. Maggie Brown in the Proceed grant to include active learning methodologies in intro bio courses. She was a graduate teaching consultant at the Eberly Center for Teaching and Excellence on campus, one of 6 graduate students picked for this job. And she won the 2014 Graduate Student Service Award. Her advisor says this about Shayna. Shayna was a complete graduate student. She efficiently and effortlessly took on the responsibilities of managing the lab, teaching, outreach, service, and partying, while still being one of the most productive students in the history of the department. After graduating last December, Shayna has been an instructor for systems neuroscience, and many of you undergraduates may have taken the course Shayna taught. And this July, she's going to start as a postdoctoral fellow at the University of Pennsylvania, and she'll be part of the postdoctoral opportunities in research and training funded program. So congratulations, Shayna. Jigar Kumar Desai, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, the roles of glycerol in Candida albicans biofilm formation and invasion. Advisors, Fred Lanny and Aaron Mitchell. Jigar was recipient of the 2014 Seaman Stupakov Fellowship given each year to a student for an outstanding publication. In addition, he has co-authored 6 papers while his term in the Mitchell and Lanny labs. And his advisors, Dr. Lanny and Mitchell, say that Jigar was fearless in the lab, tackling genetics, imaging, physiology, pathogenesis, and even mathematical modeling. After graduating, Jigar has been working as a postdoctoral fellow at the National Institutes for Health in the lab of Dr. Mikhail Linakis, and he's making key contributions in the area of immune system regulation in fungal pathogenesis using sophisticated microscopy techniques in mouse models. Congratulations, Jigar. Andrew Kerr, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, structural and biochemical study of 2 nucleic acid binding proteins, human ADAR2 and EcoR5. Advisor, Gordon Rule. Andy has published 2 crystal structures of proteins during his PhD, which is a non-trivial task. He also served as the secretary of the Sciences Teaching Club for 2 years and completed the Eberly Center Future Faculty Training Program. He received an honorable mention at the NSF Graduate Fellowship. His faculty mentor, Dr. Rule, said that Andy tackled challenging problems with constant enthusiasm. Andy is currently working at the NIH in the National Institute for Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases in the lab of cellular and molecular biology, and his current passion is to understand how mitochondrial membranes fuse using structural biological tools. Congratulations, Andy. Shalini Konikat, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, dynamic remodeling events drive the removal of I2S spacer sequence during assembly of 60S ribosomal subunits in Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Advisor, John Wolford. Shal was recipient of the Graduate Teaching Award in 2014, awarded to an outstanding student who has contributed immensely for the TA undergrad mentorship in the department. In addition, she won the Best Poster Award at an international meeting, the Rust Belt RNA meeting. John Wolford, her advisor, said this about Shal. Shal is a master of detail. Her encyclopedic knowledge of a very complex pathway enabled her to build and test models, explaining results that others overlooked. At the same time, she devoted much energy to perfect her teaching skills. She's finishing up projects in the Wolford lab right now before going on to pursue a postdoctoral position in synthetic microbiology. Congratulations, Shal. Karen Cormuth, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, targeting and biological implications of guanine quadruplexes. Advisors, Bruce Armitage and John Wolford. Karen served as the chair of the Student Invited Seminar Series, and in that role, she was one of the few entities, especially her energy and enthusiasm, made it successful to invite a Nobel laureate on campus for an entire day who she hosted and planned every detail of that event. And we are very immensely grateful for Karen to give that opportunity to interact with a Nobel laureate last year. In addition, she was recipient of a scholarship from the Pittsburgh chapter of the American Association for University Women, and she also received the Phi Kappa Phi Love for Learning Award. Her advisors say this about Karen. Karen's thesis is truly interdisciplinary. She has mastered numerous tools of chemistry to investigate the structure of G quadruplexes, a very unusual class of nucleic acid molecules, as well as state-of-the-art genetics to test the functions of these. While doing so, she has functioned seamlessly as a full-time member in 2 different lab groups in 2 different departments. Karen will be pursuing a short-term postdoctoral position before moving on to a translational research position. Congratulations, Karen. Ting Liu, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, Biophysics of Encapsulated DNA States in Viruses and Their Role in Infectivity. Advisor, Alex Evilovich. Ting obtained the Bruce McWilliams Presidential Fellowship and was member of the inaugural group of Presidential Fellows at Carnegie Mellon. So it's a pretty historic feat. Congratulations, Ting, on that. And she also received funding from the GSA Provost for continued research. And she has co-authored 3 papers during her PhD term and has a couple more that she submitted. Alex Evilovich, her advisor, said this about Ting. Ting has made history in the physics department. She was the first biology student to do her full-time PhD work in physics, and she did brilliant work, which led to the discovery of groundbreaking biophysical mechanisms explaining how human viruses work. She just defended her thesis a couple of weeks ago, and now she'll be looking for positions as a data scientist in the industry. Congratulations, Ting. Olivia Molinar, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, a multi-scale approach investigating the physiological relevance of APC diamicrotubule-mediated actin assembly in the Drosophila ovary. Advisor, Brooke McCartney. Olivia is a recipient of many grants from CMU as well as Society for the Advancement of Chicanos and Native Americans. And she has co-authored 3 papers during her time as a PhD student. She obtained the Proceed Crosswalk Fund and created Melon Fit, the first ever gym to come to this building. And this was completely Olivia's tireless effort. She even crowdfunded a couple of times to get money, and we are very grateful for her to bring a gym to this building. We really need to be healthy and fit while working in the lab. Brooke McCartney, Olivia's advisor, said this about her. Olivia has amazing powers of perseverance, technical expertise, and an inquisitive nature that have served her very well as a graduate student and will only grow stronger as she pursues her postdoctoral fellowship at UCSD. Olivia has landed an Institutional Research and Academic Career Development Award postdoctoral fellow at the University of California, San Diego, where she'll be moving pretty soon. Congratulations, Olivia. John Peterson, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, single molecule studies of HGSTA1 binding kinetics and active site dynamics. Advisors, Fred Lanny and Gordon Rule. During his PhD tenure, John was an active member of the Graduate Student Advisory Council, and along with Olivia, he was very key in making Melon Fit happen in this building. His PhD advisor said this about John. John was the pioneer that brought the Lanny lab and the Rule lab into the single molecule biophysics world through his superb experimental work. John will shortly be joining the labs of Linda Petanu and Subha Das at CMU Chemistry for a short postdoctoral stint, and he'll be using single molecule imaging techniques to understand intricate structures of biological reactions before transitioning into industry. Congratulations, John. Madhumita Ramesh, PhD in Biological Sciences. Thesis, a comprehensive analysis analysis of eukaryotic ribosome biogenesis from 3 standpoints, investigating the roles of ribosomal RNA, ribosomal proteins, and assembly factors. Advisor John Wilford. Madhu was a graduate student representative at the MCS College Council, in addition to serving on a number of committees during her term here. She won the Graduate Student Service Award last year. In addition, Madhu was a 2-time finalist at the 3-minute thesis competition, which is a campus-wide competition where students have to present their thesis work in 3 minutes with 1 slide and no other props. And she was a finalist 2 times in a row, a testament to her communication skills. In addition, she also was an award winner at the McKinsey Consulting Case Competition recently. Her advisor, John Wilford, said this about Madhu. Madhu was unafraid to tackle an important thesis problem that others had shied away from, using extremely challenging technology. The result was a manuscript that was accepted without revision, with words from the reviewers like very novel, of paramount importance, and complete and compelling. Madhu is taking up a short-term job at Mylan Pharmaceuticals as a strategic analyst, where she'll be at the global respiratory team before moving on to a consulting position long-term. Congratulations, Madhu. I want to conclude this part of the ceremony saying that we, the Faculty of Biological Sciences, are very proud of all of our PhD students' contribution to science. We are also very grateful for our student service to the department in teaching and mentoring undergraduates, serving as TAs in several courses, and serving on many, many committees like recruiting and orientation. And finally, last but not the least, being an ambassador for research that happens here at Carnegie Mellon Biological Sciences to the campus community and outside the university. I have very much enjoyed all of my interactions with each of you and have learned a lot from all of you. You're now equipped with the power and the knowledge and the grit to solve bigger world challenges, and we really hope that we stay in touch and we continue to hear from you as you do all those awesome things you're going to do. Congratulations once again. Now the students receiving their master's diplomas will walk up to stage as I call their name. We have 15 students graduating with a master's in computational biology and 1 student graduating with a master's in biological sciences. The master's in computational biology is a degree program offered in collaboration with the CompBio department at the School of Computer Science. It's truly an interdisciplinary program. This year in the graduating class, 85% of our students were engaged in research during their master's, at least for 1 semester or more. And in doing so, they have utilized computational tools to advance our understanding of biological processes, and which has a direct impact on human health. We are very proud of the accomplishments of every master's student, and I personally am very gratified and ecstatic as their academic advisor to see them, because I see them when their admissions package comes in to my office all the way through graduation, and keep in touch with them as they move along and do great things in life. So I'm very proud of this, of our master's student. So first up, Raghunandan Avula, master's in computational biology. Raghu received his undergraduate degree at Carnegie Mellon, and he was on stage exactly the same time last year to get his bachelor's degree in biological sciences, and he finished his master's degree in 1 year. He is the recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship from the master's program. During his master's time here, he was engaged in research with Dr. Wei Wu, where he used machine learning approaches to phenotypically classify asthma severity using clinical data. In addition to research, Raghu has been an active member and now the president for Habitat for Humanity. Raghu hopes to use the skills he has learned in his master's degree to aid clinically relevant research and understand the changes necessary to develop a future in personalized medicine. Eventually, he hopes to get a medical degree. Congratulations, Raghu. Faisal Bakai, Masters in Computational Biology, sorry. Faisal was a recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship in the first year, and if you have an outstanding GPA, you get an even bigger fellowship called the Director's Fellowship, which he got in his second year. Faisal worked in the lab of Dr. Stephen Chase at the CNBC, where he built neural network models of learning and adaptation during a brain-computer interface task. Upon graduation, he'll be starting, I think, in a couple of weeks as an associate in computational neuroscience in Dr. Tai-Sing Lee's lab at the School of Computer Science and the Center for Neural Basis of Cognition, where he'll work on computational neural modeling projects as well as advanced data analysis using cortical network models. And this is from a grant that we just got funded from the IARPA that CMU received recently. So congratulations, Faisal. Zhishen Kao, Masters in Computational Biology. Zhishen was a recipient of the Merit Scholarship from the program 2 years in a row. And during his time here, he did research with Dr. Chris Langmead, building algorithms looking at clinically relevant data. He now hopes to pursue a career in the biotechnology industry. Congratulations, Zhishen. Ting-Wei Chang, Masters in Computational Biology. Ting-Wei was recipient of the Merit Fellowship both years in the program, and he has extensive experience in cancer research. He now hopes that with his newly acquired skills in computational tool building and algorithm development, he will soon pursue a job as a software engineer in a biotech company. Congratulations, Ting-Wei. Charlotte Darby. Charlotte is getting both her undergraduate and graduate degree today, so Maggie Brown will say a couple words about her undergraduate degree, and I'll come back and talk about her graduate degree.
So Charlotte graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Computational Biology and was a Science and Humanities Scholar as part of her undergraduate degree. She conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Danny Durand, where she searched for gene function-based support for a particular subclassification system of genes acquired through horizontal gene transfer by compiling and analyzing gene tree data. Charlotte facilitated weekly computer lab sessions in which students used online databases, data analysis tools, and MATLAB to complete interactive assignments as a teaching assistant in the Introduction to Computational Biology course. Last summer, she earned a research internship at the prestigious Cold Spring Harbor National Laboratory. Charlotte graduated in August of 2015 with MCS College Honors and University Honors and was recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research and Outstanding Academic Achievement. And as Dr. Subramanian said, she stayed on in the department to pursue her accelerated master's degree in computational biology.
Thank you, Maggie. So Charlotte got her undergraduate degree in 3 years and her graduate degree in 1 year. So she got 2 degrees in 4 years. And she just defended a master's thesis, and her thesis was titled Classifying Horizontal Gene Transfer, Steps Toward Xenologue Conjecture, and she got this with research honors. And she is our very first student to receive a master's research honors under our new curriculum, so history is happening here. She was also the recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship, and she served as a TA in the Intro to Comp Bio course, like Maggie mentioned, both in spring of 2015 and 2016. She's now entering the School of Computer Science in their PhD program at Johns Hopkins University, where she'll work with Ben Langmead and Mike Schatz. Congratulations, Charlotte. Renee Francolini, Masters in Computational Biology. Thesis, she did a master's thesis, analysis of ChIP-seq data to determine functional uses of primary and secondary T-brain motifs, and her advisor was Veronica Hinman. Renee received her undergraduate degree last year, and then she did her master's degree in 1 year, and she was recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship for the master's program. She plans to spend time traveling before pursuing a computational-based career in marine and conservation sciences field. Congratulations, Renee. Lingling Huang, Masters in Computational Biology. Lingling's thesis was titled Analyze Brain-Gene Co-Expression Patterns Using Semi-Supervised Community Detection, and her advisor was Catherine Reuter in the School of Computer Science. Lingling is graduating today with the Director's Award for Research and Academic Achievement, and she is, again, one of 2 students getting this very first-time award that has been created to honor students who are graduating with a GPA of above 4 and have done outstanding research. Lingling was a scientific computing intern in Amaris Biotech in the San Francisco Bay Area in summer of 2015, and she performed a semester-long research in Se and Kim's lab in spring of 2015 before joining Catherine Reuter's lab. She served as a TA for robotics and machine learning course. Lingling will be joining the graduate program in biostatistics at Harvard University. Congratulations, Lingling. Jinran Lee, Masters in Computational Biology. Jinran is a recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship in the first year, and she got the Director's Fellowship in the second year. She was a bioinformatics intern in summer of 2015 at Philips Research North America. She'll soon be joining as a software engineer at Electronic Arts, also known as EA, at Redwood City, California. Congratulations, Jinran. Adam Scarlett, Masters in Computational Biology. Adam was recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship, and he did his summer internship at Bayer in Pittsburgh, and he'll soon be getting a job at the biotech industry in the Pittsburgh area. Congratulations, Adam. Chen Wan, Masters in Computational Biology. Chen was recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship both years in the program, and he graduated in December of 2015. For 2 semesters, he did research in Dr. Carl Kingsford's group, working on accurate search for human RNA-seq metadata based on tissue or cell types. In summer of 2015, he was a research intern at Philips North America. In addition, he was a TA for the Algorithms and Data Structures course for Carl Kingsford. He was a vice president for the Chinese Student and Scholar Association and organized many activities on campus, such as the Chinese Spring Festival Gala. And he also organized a CMU Summit on US-China innovation and entrepreneurship. Since December 2015, Chen's working as a bioinformatics scientist at Affymetrix in California. Congratulations, Chen. Ting-Ting Zhu, Masters in Computational Biology. Ting-Ting is recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship for the first year and Director's Fellowship for the second year. Ting-Ting was a scientific computing intern in Amaris Biotech in the San Francisco Bay Area in summer of 2015. And she did a year-long research on viral capsid self-assembly modeling and simulation with Dr. Russell Schwartz. In addition, she also served as a TA for Dr. Schwartz's class, Computational Methods for Biological Modeling and Simulation. Ting-Ting now is working since March at Emerald Therapeutics in the San Francisco Bay Area. And incidentally, Emerald Therapeutics was co-founded by 2 of our own alumni here at Carnegie Mellon. Congratulations, Ting-Ting. Yifan Zhu, Masters in Computational Biology. Yifan defended a thesis recently, Multi-Domain Protein Evolution Simulator, and her advisor was Dr. Danny Duran. Yifan is also graduating today with a Director's Award for Research and Academic Achievement, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, for students who have done outstanding research and have gotten a GPA of over 4.0 during the 4 semesters. She was also the recipient of the Academic Achievement Fellowship in the first year and Director's Fellowship in the second year. And she's been performing research, I think even before the semester started, because I remember her knocking on my door asking, where's Dr. Duran's lab? This was back in the first week of August of 2014. So she's been working for all our 4 semesters here and has done outstanding research work. She'll soon be joining the PhD program in biomedical informatics in the School of Medicine at University of Pittsburgh. Congratulations. I want to congratulate all of our master's students once again. A big round of applause for all of them. It just seems that it was yesterday that they walked into this building asking for directions and trying to find out how to enroll for classes, and now they are, time just flies. During the time that our students have spent in the master's program, they have gained immense intellectual strength and wisdom and have emerged as professionals in the area of computational biology. I, for one, am confident that you'll apply your skills in science and technology to solve human health problems and betterment of local and global societies. And we really look forward to hearing from you frequently. A big round of applause to all the graduates, PhD and masters. So this completes the graduate diploma presentation segment of our ceremony. I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Maggie Braun, who will be giving out diplomas and announcing student names and their achievements for the undergraduate students. But before doing that, I just want to say a couple of words. You may have noticed in your program books that there are a number of students graduating from CMU Qatar with a bachelor's degree. And I just wanted to say something that I was their academic advisor for the first 2 years in the program, and it's very gratifying for me to see the first group of students at CMUQ who are graduating after having spent 4 years in our department. So I want to give a round of applause virtually, whoever is watching on the internet, to all our CMUQ students. And congratulations in advance to all the students from Pittsburgh who are here to get your degrees. And I can see some familiar faces from Modern Bio from 3 years ago looking at me and smiling. So congratulations. And now Dr. Maggie Braun.
Okay. Well, I am incredibly excited to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of this fantastic group of students. I'm very proud of each and every one of you, and I am thrilled to have this opportunity to tell the rest of the group about all of your undergraduate experiences. As you will hear throughout the ceremony, collectively, this year's class had an incredibly impressive resume. For example, 11 of our 55 seniors were recognized yesterday by the university for their leadership on campus. In addition, we have many students who were inducted into academic honor societies, including five Phi Beta Kappa inductees. Over 90% of this year's class participated in undergraduate research, and over 1/3 of our students are graduating with additional majors or minors in subjects ranging from business to art, biomedical engineering to social and political history. These students have collectively performed very, very well in their curricula. 15 students have a cumulative GPA over a 3.0, and another 28 have a GPA over 3.5. While this group of students may have very diverse interests, passions, and career plans, together they have an impressive record that makes our entire department incredibly proud. While I will shortly begin calling students to the stage to receive their diplomas, I would also like to recognize the students that could not attend our ceremony today. As Shobha said, we had 13 students receive their bachelor's degrees in biological sciences at the graduation ceremony last week at the CMU campus in Doha, Qatar. Many of us got to know these students when they were able to perform research in Pittsburgh in the summer or to take courses and perform research. While these students couldn't be here to celebrate with us today, we are also incredibly proud of their numerous accomplishments in and out of the classroom and wish them the best in their future endeavors. Dr. Mitchell, members of the faculty, parents, family members, and friends, it is now with great pleasure that I hereby certify and present for diploma presentations the bachelor's candidates from the Department of Biological Sciences. And we'll start with Mina An, BS in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Mina conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Robert Murphy and served her peers as a TA for experimental techniques of molecular biology and experimental biochemistry laboratory courses with Dr. Carrie Doonan. Mina was an active 4-year member as well as president for CMU's chapters of Liberty in North Korea, whose mission is to empower citizens of the world to advocate for human rights in North Korea. She also gained leadership experience as a 4-year member of the Korean United Presbyterian Church, whom she served as a family group leader and welcoming coordinator. She was particularly impacted by her work over 2 semesters to providing health empowerment services to IV drug users through Prevention Point Pittsburgh. Mina is graduating with University and MCS College Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement and Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Following graduation, she plans to work for Liberty in North Korea headquarters in California before pursuing medical school. Congratulations. Reina Ali, BS in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Reina was an active 3-year member of Alpha Phi International Fraternity, serving as both director of chapter events and their 2016 booth chair. She volunteered for 3 semesters with the Survivor Support Network, an on-campus organization that provides assistance and community education regarding sexual assault and relationship violence. Balancing her extracurriculars with scientific experience, Reina worked at the Carnegie Museum of Natural History's Invertebrate Zoology Laboratory as a research assistant, preparing insect samples in the lab. She also gained valuable work experience as both a desk services assistant and university store sales associate. Following graduation, she plans to work as a research assistant before pursuing postgraduate training to become a physician's assistant. Congratulations. Laura Anderson Lehman, BS in Biological Sciences. Laura conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. John Wolford, where she gained essential experience learning the importance of persistence and patience, as well as being precise and thorough as she worked through understanding the complex process of ribosome assembly. Her experience was supported by departmental HHMI funds in the summer of 2014, allowing Laura to focus on her research full-time. Laura served her campus as a resident assistant for 2 years in Resnick House and 1 year in McGill House. She was also the principal bassoonist in the All-University Orchestra for 2.5 years. Following graduation, she plans to work as a research assistant before pursuing graduate school. Congratulations. Congratulations. Julia Atwood, Bachelor of Arts in Biological Sciences and a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. An integral member of the varsity swim team, Julia represented Carnegie Mellon as a member of the UAA all-conference team for all 4 years. In 2015, she worked as a hospital intern at the National Aviary here in Pittsburgh, where she assisted with medical procedures, administered medications, monitored off-exhibit animals, and provided diet and cage maintenance as well. The following summer, Julia gained experience as a research intern at H-Quest Vanguard, where she worked on method development and analyzed coal liquefaction products. Julia was a 2014 HHMI summer researcher who allowed her to support her work in the laboratory of Dr. Daneth Lee. Her work in that lab continued through graduation and was also partially supported by a Team Surge Award. Today, she is graduating with MCS College Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Julia plans to work at the biotech company Novo Enzymes in San Francisco, California, before pursuing veterinary school. Congratulations. Miriam Joelle Bajani, a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences. Miriam conducted research in the Infant Language and Learning Laboratory of Dr. Eric Thiessen at Carnegie Mellon's Psychology Department. She served as co-president and founding member of Project Smile, an on-campus organization that promotes happiness through acts of kindness. Miriam is also a 3-year member of the campus chapter of UNICEF, for whom she served as the special events co-chair. Miriam also gained valuable leadership experience as a 2-year orientation counselor and through volunteer experience at the Hillman Cancer Center and UPMC Shady Sides emergency departments. Miriam is graduating today with university honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. And after dedicating numerous hours as an undergraduate to shadowing dentists, orthodontists, and oral surgeons, Miriam confirmed her career goals and will be attending the University of Pittsburgh School of Dental Medicine following graduation. Congratulations. Benjamin Belzer, Bachelor of Science in Computational Biology. Ben worked as part of a team in the 2013 internationally International Genetically Engineered Machine, or iGEM competition, which was supported by the laboratory of Dr. Marcel Boucher. That iGEM team won the prize for Best Poster in North America at the international competition. Ben also gained valuable applied computational experience as in 2014 as a software engineer at Athena Health, and for Apple in 2015, where he created an iPhone and Apple Watch application. Ben served the campus as president of the Undergraduate Entrepreneurship Association, a club that aims to promote the entrepreneurial spirit among CMU undergrads by providing resources for business development through legal support and mentorships for startups. Additionally, he was an active four-year member of Sigma Alpha Epsilon, taking on the role of treasurer during his junior year. Following graduation, Ben will work as a software engineer for Apple in Sunnyvale, California. Congratulations. Sasan Budamin, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in neurobiology. Sasan gained valuable psychology research experience in the infant cognition laboratory of Dr. Eric Thiessen, where she administered various tests of language learning and word memorization. Playing upon her skills in leadership, management, and community involvement, Sasan served as both event and new member chairs for the Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority. Sasan took on roles of orientation leader for 1 year, orientation counselor the next, and finally as head orientation counselor, one of 6 that year, a role that required her to manage a $250,000 budget and hire, coordinate, and train 165 other counselors for the week-long intensive orientation that helps new students acclimate to their lives at CMU. Sasan was honored yesterday with the University Senior Leadership Award, and following graduation, she plans to work as a research assistant before pursuing graduate school. Congratulations. Amanda Rose Broderick, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with the Neuroscience track. Amanda has shown a strong commitment to service and teamwork over her time at CMU. She served her campus as both a training officer and responder for CMU's emergency medical services, and was a teaching assistant for the phage genomics course, helping to discover and sequence novel bacteriophages in a research-based first-year class. Balancing her strong academics, Amanda took to the field as a member of the varsity soccer team, helping her team to the playoffs all 4 years, including a trip to the Final Four. Her strength in the classroom was acknowledged when she also earned UAA All-Academic Team recognition in 2013, 2014, and 2015. Amanda is one of 5 annual recipients to be presented with the Carnegie Mellon Student Athlete Academic Achievement Award, which she won in both 2014 and 2015. She was also recently inducted into the Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, and Mortarboard Honor Societies. Amanda is graduating today with University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. She will begin her pursuit of a career as a physician by attending Baylor College of Medicine this fall. Congratulations. Wendy Du, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a minor in Neuroscience. Wendy conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Erin Mitchell, where she worked to understand biofilm formation in the Candida albicans yeast. She served her peers for 2 semesters as a TA for the Modern Biology Laboratory course. Further flexing her strong command of the sciences, Wendy worked in academic development as a peer tutor for some of MCS's toughest courses, including genetics, introductory chemistry, immunology, and organic chemistry. Wendy served as the graphics chair for the Taiwanese Student Association during her 4-year membership. She was also a 2-year participant in the production entitled One Night in Beijing, an annual Chinese culture show, for which she also served as a board member, performer, and artist. Wendy is graduating today with University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Upon graduation, she plans to work with AmeriCorps before pursuing medical school. Congratulations. Jackie Ferguson, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a minor in Philosophy. Jackie participated in the HHMI's phage genomics research course over her freshman year, which she worked on sequencing and annotating the genome of bacteriophage weege. As an active campus community leader, she served as a TA and mentor to first-year students in the MCS seminar, Eureka, Discovery and Its Impact. And she was a site leader for her freshman year and project leader in her sophomore year for 1,000 plus. This initiative is named for its goal to engage in at least 1,000 people in 1,000 hours of service and help the community in over 1,000 ways. Her philanthropic efforts continued through her 4-year participation that included taking on the roles of vice president and president for Project Sunshine, an organization devoted to helping children with long-term illnesses and disabilities. Additionally, Jackie was a 4-year member of Kappa Alpha Theta, the first Greek letter fraternity known among women. Following graduation, Jackie plans to work as a clinical research assistant before pursuing medical school. Congratulations. Tejasvi Gowda, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in neurobiology. Tejasvi conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. David Clark, where she studied how children learn science in the presence and absence of teacher instruction. Tejasvi was a TA for the Modern Biology Laboratory course and was a 2-year Health Links Fellow at the Birmingham Free Clinic, where she worked closely with patients who expressed needs regarding employment, housing, and/or food assistance in the Pittsburgh area. Tejasvi also worked as a peer mentor with a social group for individuals with autism spectrum disorder. In 2014, she co-chaired Bhangra in the Berg, an intense annual charity competition showcasing the Indian folk dance for which it is named. Tejasvi was a recipient of the Peter Dozy Scholarship that supported her summer work and also was a Mortarboard Honor Society inductee. Today, she's graduating with university honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Since graduating in December, Tejasvi has traveled to 6 countries in Southeast Asia and Scandinavia and will be attending the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine this fall. Congratulations. Elizabeth Hernandez, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a minor in Hispanic Studies. Elizabeth gained rich research experience in the laboratory of Dr. Allison Barth, where she explored brain networks related to cold and heat sensation using a mouse model system. Expanding her horizons, she studied abroad in Cusco, Peru during the summer of 2015. She performed community outreach during her senior year with Hispanic Pittsburgh youth through El Círculo Juvenil de Cultura, pardon my pronunciation there, for which she promoted cultural awareness and the impact of second language learning. Additionally, Elizabeth was an active 3-year member of Carnegie Mellon's ultimate Frisbee team, the Money Melons. Following graduation, she will work with City Year, a division of AmeriCorps, where she will provide academic support to teachers in a primary school in Philadelphia over the next year. She plans to pursue a teaching career in the future. Congratulations. Nina Hill, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Nina received CMU Surge and SURF financial support for her research in the laboratory of Dr. Casey Cresswell, where she examined novel, self-reported measurements for visceral experiences such as drug craving and hunger. Her presentation of this work at the 2016 Meeting of the Minds yielded a second-place finish in the psychology poster competition. Nina is passionate about helping children to achieve their life's potential and pursued this passion as a volunteer in the Radiation Oncology Unit at Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh and is an active 4-year member and co-president of the CMU chapter of UNICEF, where she worked to engage her peers to help the world's children. Balancing her strong academics and community work, Nina was a 4-year member of Carnegie Mellon's cross-country and track and field teams. Nina received UAA all-academic recognition every semester as a student athlete and for her efforts on and off the track. She is an Andrew Carnegie Society Legacy Scholar and member of the Psi Chi National Honor Society. She was recognized by the university yesterday with a Senior Leadership Award. She is graduating today with Dietrich College Honors and University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research and Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Nina plans to return to her home state and attend medical school at The Ohio State University. Congratulations. Zayu Hu, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a neuroscience track. Zayu gained great depth in research experience in the laboratory of Dr. Sarah Ross at the University of Pittsburgh's Neurobiology Department, where he completed his senior honors research thesis entitled Genetic Identification of the Primary Sensory Afferents that Express the Kappa Opioid Receptor. Further flexing his academic muscles, Zayu served as peers as a supplemental instructor for both modern biology and cell biology courses. He worked as vice president of Colleges Against Cancer during his senior year, for which he was faced with an uphill battle of reigniting the group after a lull in activity. Zayu is a recipient of the University of Pittsburgh CNUP Fellowship to support his research, and he is graduating today with MCS College and University Honors, and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research and Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Zayu plans to attain his Master's of Science in Biomedical Engineering at CMU before pursuing medical school. Congratulations. Bridget Hunt Toby, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with an additional major in Social and Political History. Bridget designed and completed an independent research project focusing on the stance of Irish newspapers on South African opposition to apartheid in Ruby and apartheid violence from 1969 to 1976. In the summer of 2015, Bridget attended Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University through their Human Rights, Conflict Management, and Community Service Study Abroad program. Following this incredible experience, she spent her senior spring break on a study abroad program in Northern Ireland, where she met with artists, scholars, and politicians to learn more about the conflict there and how it impacts people today. On campus, she was a 2-year member of the Spring Carnival Committee and an active 2.5-year member of Alpha Chi Omega, serving as a booth chair her junior year. In recognition of her accomplishments in historical studies, Bridget was inducted into the Phi Alpha Theta National History Honor Society. Following graduation, Bridget plans to work for a nonprofit organization before pursuing graduate school. Congratulations. Jillian J. Cox, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences. Jill began participating in research in her first year on campus. Most recently, she conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Mark Schlamek at the University of Pittsburgh's Immunology Department, where she investigated the mechanism of anti-CD20 beta cell depletion resistance in lupus patients. Jill shared her passion for science with her peers as a supplemental instruction leader for both physiology course and worked as co-president of the Triple Helix, CMU's chapter of the International Journal of Science and Society. In her constant pursuit to keep moving, Jill was also a 3-year member of the cross-country and track teams. And FYI, if you ever saw the camel costume walking on campus on Wednesdays, that was Jill and her friend hoping to make people smile on hump day. Jill's national and international level recognitions of her hard work are numerous, but I will list a few. She was named a Barry M. Goldwater Scholar in 2015 and a Churchill Scholar recipient, one of 15 students awarded in the U.S. And as you heard earlier, received the university's Judith A. Resnick Award this year. She was an early inductee into the Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society and received a University Senior Leadership Award yesterday. She is graduating today with MCS College Honors and University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research and Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Jill will attend Cambridge's College of Medicine for her Master's of Philosophy and Medical Science on the Churchill Scholarship. And after earning her master's degree, she plans to pursue an MD PhD in the field of immunology. Congratulations. Shalina Giawudi, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Shalina conducted psychology research with Dr. Brooke Feeney in the Relationships Laboratory, where she studied the effects of touch on conflict discussions. Equipping her peers with lifelong skills, Shalina worked as a customer relations student assistant in the Carnegie Mellon Career and Professional Development Center to improve communication and help students and employers with the interview process. Continuing to help others, Shalina spent her winter break of her junior year in Nepal, volunteering in the ICU and NICU in a hospital in Pokhara. Shalina was a 3-year head driver for the Spirit Buggy, where she trained new drivers, improved analysis through videos, and organized weekly meetings to increase preparation and competitiveness. Over the coming years, she will pursue further studies at California State University and East Bay campus and work as a medical scribe at a hospital in Fulton, California. She plans to attend medical school in the future. Congratulations. Donna Lee, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Donna conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Marcel Bruchet through the International Genetically Engineered Machine, or iGEM competition, for which she assisted in the development of an inexpensive and portable fluorimeter and luminometer in a team with 2 engineers and 2 biologists. She worked as a teaching assistant for the experimental molecular biology and experimental biochemistry laboratory courses, as well as the Hong Kong and China Study Abroad preparatory class for the Tepper MBA students. She was an active 2-year member of the Global Medical Brigades and 3-year member of Alpha Kappa Psi, where she also served as secretary. Donna was inducted to both the Psychology Honor Society, Psi Chi, and the Pre-Health Honor Society, Alpha Epsilon Delta. Today, she's graduating with MCS College Honors and University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research and Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Donna plans to work as a research assistant in the laboratory of Dr. Annette Dunsing at the UPMC Hillman Cancer Center in Pittsburgh while she applies to medical school. Congratulations. Jacqueline Lee, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a neuroscience track and a minor in biomedical engineering. Jacqueline conducted research in the biomedical engineering laboratory of Dr. Alan Rosenblum, where she assisted in design and research of microfluidic system for urine sample collection. She was a 4-year member of the Model UN and an executive board member for 3 years. Additionally, she worked as both co-founder and co-president for the Kidney Disease Screening and Awareness Program. Jacqueline was also a 4-year dancer in CMU's Dancer Symposium, serving as their director for 3 years and choreographer for 2 years. Jacqueline was a recipient of the 2014 Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship to support her biomedical research project. Today, she is graduating with MCS College and University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research and Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Jacqueline will return to campus this fall to complete her master's degree in healthcare policy and management at Carnegie Mellon's Heinz College before pursuing medical school. Congratulations. Alexandra Jacqueline Lewis, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences. Alexandra conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Phil LeDuc in CMU's Mechanical Engineering Department, where she prototyped and compared low-budget growth chambers under various constraints such as materials, media composition, environmental exposure, and artificial interference. When not running from class to class, Alexandra could be found on the track as a 2-year sprinter for Carnegie Mellon's track and field team. In the fall of 2014, Alexandra took the opportunity to study abroad in Thailand, where she studied international logistics, global medical health, sustainable development, and forest restoration. Additionally, she was a founder of the CMU Film Club and a 3-year member of Delta Gamma Fraternity and a 2-year member of CMU Emergency Medical Services. Alexandra participated in the spring of 2014 CMU MD Grand Challenge, and her team won for their Fosamprenavir HIV mutation modifications. Alex was inducted into the Rho Lambda Honor Society, an organization that honors those women within Greek community who have been outstanding in the display of the demonstration of leadership ability, loyalty to the Greek community, and their sorority. Following graduation, Alexandra will return to Carnegie Mellon this fall to pursue a master's degree in civil and environmental engineering with the goal of attaining a career with the United Nations Development Program, as well as working for a CMU startup in Innov Algae. Congratulations. Christy O. Lewis, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in neurobiology. Christy conducted research under the expertise of Dr. Lynn Reeder in Carnegie Mellon's Memory Lab, which focuses on several aspects of memory, especially how formation is organized and stored in memory and how it's accessed and used at later times. Christy's project worked to understand discrete memory processes in a mouse model system. Christy has studied abroad multiple times. Most recently, she spent her 2012 spring break in Anhui Province in China to teach math and English to children in kindergarten through 6th grade. She also held several positions on campus, including working at the residence on 5th and as a social media ambassador to the admissions department, where she contributed numerous articles that highlighted her experiences as a CMU student. Following graduation, Christy plans to work as a research assistant before pursuing MD PhD training programs with a focus on neurodegenerative diseases. Congratulations. Kenneth Lee, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Kenneth worked as a teaching assistant for the experimental molecular biology and experimental biochemistry laboratory courses. He was a 3-year member who took on the role of executive board treasurer for the Global Public Health Brigades, an organization that provides sustainable infrastructure as well as health education to underserved communities in Central America and Africa. He was a 2-year member of the service fraternity Alpha Phi Omega, as well as an active 2-year member of Alpha Epsilon Delta. Here, Kenneth worked to establish this Pre-Health Professions Honor Society as a new campus organization and to help recognize outstanding Carnegie Mellon pre-health students as their vice president and editor-in-chief. Kenneth also was a member of the 2015 iGEM team who received a gold medal for their work to improve access to synthetic biology by constructing a low-cost fluorimeter for the analysis of biosensors under the mentorship team led by Dr. Marcel Bruchet. Following graduation, Ken will attend the University of Buffalo School of Dental Medicine. Congratulations. Maggie Liu, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Maggie spent the summer of 2014 in the Summer College Intensive Program in New York Methodist Hospital, where she shadowed doctors attending to patients, fed helpless patients breakfast and lunch, and assisted patients whenever help was needed. Last summer, Maggie joined the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene to assist environmental health legal staff in identifying and analyzing the effectiveness of Environmental Control Board. On campus, Maggie was a TA for the Biological Foundations of Behavior course and was a 2-year member and 1-year corresponding secretary of Alpha Phi Omega, a national service fraternity open to both men and women based on principles of leadership, friendship, and service. Maggie is a 1.5-year member of the National Health Professional Honor Society, Alpha Epsilon Delta, for which she served as their secretary, and a 2-year member of the Psi Chi Honor Society. Today, she is graduating with university honors and is being recognized by the department for outstanding academic achievement. Following graduation, Maggie plans to travel abroad while she applies to graduate programs this fall. Congratulations. Morgan Liu, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology with a minor in neuroscience. Morgan conducted psychology research in the laboratory of Dr. Michael Shire in Carnegie Mellon's Pittsburgh Mind-Body Center. She spent the summer of 2015 as a research scholar at Hawaii Pacific Health's Summer Student Research Program, where she conducted retrospective chart review of 242 pediatric patients diagnosed with pneumonia. She worked 1 year in academic development as a supplemental instruction leader for genetics and modern biology. As a 4-year member of Colleges Against Cancer, she served as their cancer education chair. Additionally, she was a 2-year volunteer and served as co-volunteer coordinator for Camp Kesem, a national community driven by passionate student leaders that support children through and beyond their parents' cancer. Morgan is a member of both the Phi Kappa Phi and Psi Chi Honor Societies. Today, she is graduating with university honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Morgan will work as a health manager in a physician's office in Oahu and plans to apply to medical school in the future. Congratulations. Taylor Magicomo, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a minor in art. Taylor gained valuable research experience in the laboratory of Dr. Jonathan Minden, where she conducted proteomics research on the regeneration of sea star larvae using 2D differential gel electrophoresis. She was a 4-year member of the varsity cross-country and track and field teams with the steeplechase as her specialty. As a 3-year member of the Tartan Athlete Fellowship, Taylor served as a service trip leader, coordinating a group of her peers over spring break as they traveled to West Virginia. Taylor spent the past year working at the Carnegie Museum of Natural History as a scientific illustration intern in the Vertebrate Paleontology Department, where she draws figures for scientific papers, including a reconstruction of the newly discovered Titanosaur Notocolossus. This image was published in many Pittsburgh news outlets, as well as in Argentina, where the dinosaur was discovered. Following graduation, Taylor will attend the highly selective Science Illustration Program at California State University in Monterey Bay. Congratulations. Luke Massa, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in neurobiology and a Science and Humanities scholar. Luke conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Diane Carlisle at the University of Pittsburgh's Neuroapoptosis Lab, where he assisted on a project involving administration of drugs to transgenic Huntington's disease models in fruit flies. Luke was a 4-year member and 1-year president for Atheists, Humanists, and Agnostics, a group designed to allow freedom of expression for the non-faith community and those who believe one needn't have religion to be a good person. In addition, Luke was an active 3-year member and leader for Carnegie Mellon's Humanist League, an inclusive, values-based community dedicated to breaking down the ideological barriers to widespread human flourishing. Luke is a recipient of the Senior Leadership Award for his involvement and commitment to the success of these organizations. Following graduation, Luke plans to work as a research assistant before pursuing graduate school in the field of neuroscience. Congratulations. Dulce Miller, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Dulce conducted psychology research with Dr. Sharon Carver in the Carnegie Mellon's Children's School, where she tested the effect of music tempo on children during a fine motor skill task. Dulce helped to establish the Sigma chapter of the National Health Pre-Professional Honor Society, Alpha Epsilon Delta on campus. She was a 3-year collegiate judge for the Pittsburgh Regional Science and Engineering Fair and worked for 3 years as a Spanish translator at the Birmingham Free Clinic in Pittsburgh. She was an active member with the Science Teaching Club. Rest assured that her bite is as big as her bark. Dulce earned her green belt in Tang Soo Do while at Carnegie Mellon. Dulce is a member of the Mortarboard National Honor Society, and today she is graduating with university honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Beginning this fall, Dulce will attend Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. Congratulations. Nikita Mishra, a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with the Neuroscience track. Nikita conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Veronica Hinman, where she studied the expression patterns of certain genes thought to be involved with tissue regeneration in sea stars. Sharing her passion and strong comprehension in the sciences, she worked as a teaching assistant for the Experimental Molecular Biology Laboratory course and as a peer tutor for the Cell Biology course through academic development. She was a 2-year counselor and served as development coordinator for Camp Kesem, a nationwide community driven by passionate college student leaders that support children through and beyond their parents' cancer. As a pre-health student, Nikita also gained valuable experience as a 2.5-year member of the campus emergency medical services. She was inducted to the Mortarboard Honor Society and is graduating today with university honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Beginning this fall, Nikita will attend Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School. Congratulations. Miranda Munoz, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in neurobiology and a minor in biomedical engineering. Miranda conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Amy Wagner in physical medicine and rehabilitation at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, where she worked independently on an extended project that resulted in her senior honors research thesis entitled Cerebral Spinal Fluid Cortisol Mediates Brain-Derived Neurotrophic Factor Effects on Mortality, Prediction After Traumatic Brain Injury. As a member of FAME, or Fund for Advancement of Minorities Through Education, Miranda tutored struggling students on weekends. Her teaching skills were only further developed as a tutor for the Pittsburgh Public High School students through the Neighborhood Learning Alliance's campaign, Everyone Graduates. Miranda was a 2014 HHMI Institute Summer Scholar and a 2015 CNUP Summer Undergraduate Research Fellow at the University of Pittsburgh. Today, she is graduating with MCS College Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Following graduation, Miranda will perform research at the University of Chicago as she plans to pursue a career in neurorehabilitation in the future. Congratulations. Sushma Narayan, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in neurobiology. Sushma has been a student whose focus and determination have shown through everything that she worked on at CMU. Her research experience in the laboratory of Dr. Eric Thiessen focused on mapping neural circuits in the brain with certain stimuli in infants and adults. She was a 4-year member of the Delta 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 sorority, serving the group as both sponsor chair and vice president of chapter development. Here, her primary responsibilities included being a liaison between the national organization and the university chapter, as well as ritual master and head of standards, as well as being a role model for the chapter. Additionally, she showed courage and strength as a buggy driver for Sigma Phi Epsilon for 4 years. Since graduating in December, Sushma has been working with Carnegie Mellon's psychology department while she prepares to apply to graduate school for further study in neuroscience. In June, she will begin working at the Walton Center for Neuroscience in the UK, where her work will focus on dementia. Congratulations. Janine Vanessa Nemhard, Bachelor of Arts in Biological Sciences. Janine conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Linda Pierce at the University of Pittsburgh School of Public Health, where she worked to understand the cellular response to low-level cyanide exposure. Janine shared her passion for psychology with her peers by working as a teaching assistant for the social psychology course. She was a 3-year member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority and served as president this past year. Janine was also an active 4-year member and activities chair for Compass, a peer mentoring organization to benefit first-year students in the Mellon College of Science, to maintain and increase the number of underrepresented minorities that pursue scientific, mathematical, and medical fields. Janine was a recipient of the Jennings Brave Companion Fund Scholarship, which allowed students to travel to developing countries during their summer breaks to study, travel, conduct research, or participate in service work. Janine spent the summer in Cape Town, South Africa, volunteering and interning at a local public hospital. Following graduation, she plans to attend Georgetown University for her master's in biology and biophysics before eventually pursuing medical school. Congratulations. Masha Osman, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Masha conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Gordon Rule, where she successfully determined ideal conditions for crystal formation and continued to create protein crystals for X-ray crystallography analysis of the EcoR5 protein DNA complex. Masha began her CMU experience on the Cutter campus, where she was an orientation counselor, vice president of the Language Bridges program, and a member of their BioSAC before her transfer to the Pittsburgh campus last year. She was also a 2-year member of the executive board of Colleges Against Cancer and vice president of the Model UN. Taking her efforts off campus, Masha was a volunteer at Grain Hospice in Pittsburgh this past fall semester. Today, she's graduating with University and College Honors and is being recognized by the department for outstanding academic achievement and outstanding undergraduate research. Following graduation, Masha plans to obtain her master's degree in biomedical engineering here at Carnegie Mellon while she begins the process for medical school applications. Congratulations. Alisa Pabon, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. During her time here, Alisa conducted research in the mind-body laboratory of Dr. Michael Shire, the memory laboratory of Dr. Lynn Reeder, and the behavioral health laboratory of Dr. Casey Cresswell. But it was her work under Dr. Matthias Marti at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health that helped Alisa to become a published author and present her work in a poster in the 2015 National Annual Biomedical Research Conference for Minority Students. With a passion to educate others, Alisa worked as both a teaching assistant for the principles of child development and as a tutor at Colfax Middle School through Carnegie Mellon's Leonard Gelfand Center. She also was a 4-year dancer for Carnegie Mellon's Dancer Symposium and participated as a choreographer and executive director of the organization. Additionally, she was a 3-year member of the Infra Dance Company, which focuses on contemporary style dancing. Alisa was inducted into the Lambda Sigma Service Honor Society, the Greek Leadership Honor Society Order of Omega, and the Carnegie chapter of Mortarboard, as well as Psi Chi and Phi Beta Kappa Honor Societies. Beginning this fall, Alisa will pursue her PhD in neurobiology at the University of Chicago. Congratulations. Laura Perella, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Laura began her CMU research career in the HHMI-sponsored phage genomics research course in her freshman year, where she worked on sequencing and annotating the genome of bacteriophage Victor. She went on to continue research in the laboratory of Dr. Joel McManus, where she profiled ribosomal occupancy in the promoter regions of open reading frames. Laura was a very active 4-year member of BioSAC. As a 3-year participant in Spring Carnival, she took the role of 2016 booth chair for the MCS SAC booth. Her strong efforts coordinated students from all MCS departments and resulted in an award-winning booth for the 2nd year in a row. Laura was recognized by the university yesterday with a Senior Leadership Award. Today, she's graduating with University Honors and MCS College Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement and Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Following graduation, Laura plans to work in technical services for Epic Systems in Madison, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Janae Parrish, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology with a minor in neuroscience. Janae conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Javier Lopez, where she analyzed the localization and function of alternatively spliced stunted gene variants in Schneider cells and fruit flies. Demonstrating her strong command of the science and psychology material, Janae was a teaching assistant for both modern biology laboratory and human memory courses. When not in the classroom, Janae could be found in the water as a 4-year member of Carnegie Mellon's swim team, for which she served as captain in her senior year. Additionally, she volunteered her time for 3 years at the Children's Institute, where she assisted in the instruction of swim lessons for severely disabled and mentally challenged students ages 4 to 21. Yesterday, Janae was awarded a University Senior Leadership Award, and she is graduating today with both University and MCS College Honors, and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement and Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Following graduation, Janae will work in the laboratory of Dr. Christine Kozak at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda as she begins the application process for medical school. Congratulations. Louisa Pendergast, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a neuroscience track and a minor in biomedical engineering. Louisa conducted biomedical engineering research in the biomedical engineering laboratory of Dr. Noel Washburn, where she worked to analyze burn wound progression through skin and body factors in association with a new polymer and antibody design. This past fall, Louisa worked at the Immunectrix biotechnology company to update and modify an in vivo database used to stimulate biological systems in response to drugs. When not in the classroom or lab, Louisa could be found in the field as a 4-year member of the Carnegie Mellon soccer team, earning 2012 Rookie of the Year and 2013 through 2015 UAA Academic All-American recognition. Louisa took the opportunity to study abroad in Thailand in the spring of 2015 through the public health program with community health projects and global health focus at Khon Kaen University and surrounding communities. Following graduation, Louisa plans to work as a research assistant in the laboratory of Dr. Michael Emmerman at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center in Seattle, studying host cell interactions with HIV and AIDS virus particles. She plans to pursue graduate school in the field of translational biology in the future. Congratulations. Anna Grace Peisel, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Anna was a member of the proteomics platoon in the laboratory of Dr. John Minden, where she investigated the effects of altering the microbiome in Drosophila on a variety of cellular proteins. Anna took the opportunity to expand her education and horizons when she studied abroad at the University of Melbourne. This experience exposed Anna to Australian wildlife biology. Upon her return to campus, Anna helped her peers to learn through service as a teaching assistant in the Introduction to Psychology course and was an active member of NeuroSAC over the past 2 years. Today, she's graduating with both University and MCS College Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement and Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Following graduation, she plans to work as a research assistant before pursuing graduate school to study neuroscience in the future. Congratulations. Dhruv Ranjan, Bachelor of Science in Computational Biology. Dhruv participated in the HHMI's phage genomics research course over the course of his first year, where he worked on sequencing and annotating the genome of bacteriophage general So. Dhruv was a founding member of a startup called S-Check that focused on developing an iOS and Android-compatible application for workforce optimization that provides a fast and simple method for employees and managers to coordinate shift assignments. As a part of Carnegie Mellon's Game Creation Society, Dhruv helped to develop both Shattered Space and Lore. Following graduation, Dhruv plans to work as a software engineer at a biotech company. Congratulations. Hannah Rhee, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a neuroscience track. Hannah conducted neuroscience research in the laboratory of Dr. Anthony Grace, focusing on how neuroanatomical abnormalities can give rise to altered circuits and ultimately altered behavior and cognition in patients with schizophrenia. Hannah served as a teaching assistant for the phage genomics course over the past year, helping to discover and sequence novel phages in this research-based course. Hannah has a passion for human rights and public health, which led to her participation in leadership in several organizations. Over a 4-year membership and 1-year presidency of the Intern Justice Mission Organization, Hannah helped to raise awareness for human trafficking. As a 4-year member and 1-year vice president of Liberty in North Korea, Hannah also educated Americans about the crisis in North Korea, aided refugees, and supported resettlement through fundraising. Today, Hannah is graduating with both MCS College and University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement and Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Beginning this summer, Hannah plans to work as a medical scribe at the Bronx Lebanon Hospital in New York City, and she plans to start the application process for medical school. Congratulations. Luke Sampson, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Neuroscience track. Luke conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Clifford Luke at UPMC's Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, where he worked to produce a new fluorescent proteins to be used in the determination of serpin expression in fetal gastrointestinal tract necrosis. Playing on his strengths in leadership and interpersonal skills, Luke served his campus for 3 years as a student senator on both the communications and campus life committees. Over his 3 years as a member of the men's club water polo team, Luke traveled across the state for matches, and his efforts helped to take the team to the top 10 in nationals all 3 years. Luke also traveled across the Mid-Atlantic region, competing in slalom and giant slalom races as a 2-year member of the ski and snowboard team. Luke regularly spent summers as a first mate for Fish Finder Adventures, building a guest rapport while they worked together to reel in a really big fish. Today, Luke is graduating with University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement, and beginning this fall, he will be attending the University of Virginia School of Medicine. Congratulations. Ashwath Shankar, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in computational neuroscience. Over his 4 years participating in global medical brigades, Ashwath served the organization as vice president in his junior year and as president in his senior year. For the past 2 years, he worked at the Carnegie Mellon Telefund Student Collar, securing over $1 million as part of a team effort this past year. Ashwath developed strong communication skills as a 3-year member of the Carnegie Mellon Debate Club, participating and judging in parliamentary tournaments across the country. Ashwath is graduating with University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Beginning this fall, he will return to campus to obtain his master's degree in biomedical engineering while he applies to medical school. Congratulations. Diego Shops, Bachelor of Science and Arts in Biological Sciences and Music Technology. Diego is a multi-talented individual and truly took advantage of CMU's interdisciplinary environment. His research in the laboratory of Dr. William Chen at the UPMC Stem Cell Research Center analyzed the effects that stem cells and specific growth factors have on the healing of post-ischemic rodent hearts. His hard work on this project resulted in co-authorship on 2 manuscripts. This past winter, Diego began work as an emergency medical technician for Medevac Ambulance Company. He helped new students acclimate to collegiate life by serving as an orientation counselor in 2013 and 2014. In addition to dabbling as a classical singer, he was a 4-year member of one of CMU's premier a cappella groups called the Originals, who won 2nd place in the International Championship of Collegiate A Cappella at the end of April. It's just like Pitch Perfect, if you've ever seen it. Additionally, he was a 4-year member of Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity and serving as their public relations guru. Yesterday, Diego's efforts were recognized with the University Senior Leadership Award, and today he's graduating with University, MCS College, and BSA College honors, and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement and Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Following graduation, Diego will begin working as a research assistant in the laboratory of Dr. Atul Gawande at the Harvard School of Public Health, and beginning this fall, he will attend Columbia University School of Public Health for his master's in public health, with plans to then pursue medical school in the future. Congratulations. Okay, all right. Steve Schroba, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a minor in Business Administration. Steve conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Asim Smaligic in Carnegie Mellon's Laboratory for Interactive Computer Systems and Wearable Computers, where he worked to predict a person's risk for hospitalization by employing heart activity recognition in Apple Watch along with other sensory data. For the past 2 years, Steve worked as an intern/lead associate for BodBot, writing algorithms for movement classifications and meal planning systems. Steve ran as a fullback for Carnegie Mellon's varsity football team for all 4 years, and additionally, he was co-founder of the Bitcoin Club, a forum where education, awareness, and use of Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies can be furthered through discussion, events, and convergence of ideas. Beginning this fall, Steve will return to campus to obtain his master's degree in healthcare policy and management at Carnegie Mellon's Heinz College. Congratulations. Leslie Wan Yi Tae, Bachelor of Arts in Biological Sciences, Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies, and a Science and Humanities Scholar. Leslie conducted research with Dr. Dana Bovberg at UPMC in the Biobehavioral Medicine Oncology Clinic, where her interdisciplinary research focused on the role of the mind and brain in cancer to contribute to the reduced risk of cancer development. Leslie was a 3-year member and 2-term president for the Global Public Health Brigades, an organization that provides sustainable infrastructure as well as health education to underserved communities in Central America and Africa, and led 2 mission trips to Honduras. As a 3-year member of the Delta 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 sorority, Leslie served for 2 years as their Greek Sing philanthropy chair, raising more than $24,000 with the group. As an active member of the student life, Leslie worked as an orientation counselor, a McGill live-in mentor, and a resident assistant in Boss House. Leslie was also a 2-year member in the Carnegie Mellon undergraduate student government, serving as both cabinet chair and SHS senator. Leslie was a Leonard Gelfand Student Service Award recipient and Senior Leadership Award recipient. Today, she's graduating with university honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Leslie will attend the University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine. Congratulations. Lawton Tellen, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience with a concentration in neurobiology. Lawton conducted research as a member of the proteomics platoon in the laboratory of Dr. John Minden, where he worked to find biomarkers for interstitial lung disease in patients with rheumatoid arthritis. More recently, he's been working on a project to build and write software for a new protein gel imager in the lab. Lawton's research was supported with the Howard Hughes Medical Institute Summer Undergraduate Research Grant in 2014. And as an avid cyclist, Lawton was a volunteer for Bike Pittsburgh and a bicycle mechanic at a local shop throughout his time at CMU. Following graduation, he plans to pursue a position that allows him to combine his interests and passions for computational and biological work, and he is looking forward to pursuing his doctorate in the field of biochemistry in the future. Congratulations. Arsema Angela Thomas, Bachelor of Arts in Biological Sciences with a minor in Social and Political History. Angela has enjoyed a rich set of experiences related to global health. She spent 2 summers working for the World Health Organization, researching disease outreach methods and the efficacy rates during the time of the floods in Benin, the Ebola outbreak in Western Africa, and the revitalization of the polio campaign in urban Nairobi, Kenya. She also spent 3 months working in a maternity clinic and a refugee camp on the Sudan-Kenya border. On campus, Angela was a 3-year member of the Habitat for Humanity, serving there as vice president in her senior year, a role that required her to organize building trips throughout the semester and larger trips during winter and spring breaks. Over the course of an active 2-year membership, she took the role of vice president of CMU's 1000 Plus, an initiative named for its goal to engage at least 1,000 people in 1,000 hours of service to help communities in 1,000 ways. Motivated by a lifetime spent exposed to overt occurrences of health disparities in countries across the sub-Saharan Africa, Angela will pursue her master's degree in public health at Yale University in the fall and pursue medical school in the future. Congratulations. Stephanie Vereb, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a minor in Social and Political History. Following participation in the Departmental Summer Research Institute in her sophomore year, Stephanie continued to conduct research in the laboratory of Dr. Erin Mitchell, where she investigated the biochemical properties of infectious yeast and its effects on artificial medical devices in the body. She shared her passion for science and teaching in numerous ways, including as a teaching assistant this past fall for the brand new MCS first-year seminar, Eureka, Discovering Its Impact, as a supplemental instruction leader for introductory chemistry and cell biology courses, and in her senior year, she worked as a mentor with other SI leaders in academic development. Further sharpening her leadership skills, she worked as a member of Student Life for 2 years as a resident assistant and another year as a community advisor. Stephanie worked as an international editor-in-chief to the Triple Helix, a journal discussing science and society. She also had the role of student leader within the Catholic Newman Club, where she held Bible studies, went on mission trips, and served as a mentor to underclassmen. Yesterday, she was awarded a University Senior Leadership Award and was also recently inducted into the Lambda Sigma Honor Society. She's graduating today with University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Stephanie will obtain her master's in bioethics and science policy at Duke University while she applies to medical school. Congratulations. Christopher Wong, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences. Christopher conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. Gwendolyn Soa at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, where he evaluated objective parameters such as foramina canal area and anterior posterior central canal diameter of MRIs of spinally stenotic patients. Christopher was co-author on 2 separate peer-reviewed publications for his research. He was also a 2-year brother of Alpha Phi Omega, a national service fraternity open to both men and women that is based on principles of leadership, friendship, and service. As a 2-year volunteer at Grain Hospice Care in Pittsburgh, Christopher worked to establish personal rapport and provide emotional support and direct care for terminally ill patients. Today, he's graduating with University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Beginning this fall, Christopher will attend the Keck School of Medicine at the University of Southern California. Congratulations. We'll get a hug. Nancy Wei, Bachelor of Arts in Biological Sciences with minors in both Biomedical Engineering and Hispanic Studies. Nancy shared her mastery of some of the most difficult courses in MCS as a 2-year member of the Supplemental Instruction and Excel Team Leadership in Academic Development. Here, she coordinated supplemental instruction sessions for organic chemistry courses. Nancy balanced her strong academic prowess as a 4-year member and 1-year president of the Ballroom Dance Club. She also volunteered as a member of the CMU chapter of Global Medical Brigades for 2 years. Her team's efforts directly contributed to patients in Central American villages receiving critically needed health care. Today, Nancy is graduating with University Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Following graduation, Nancy will work as a medical scribe at Weill Cornell Medical School in New York City while she applies to medical school. Congratulations. Sophia Weinbar, Bachelor of Science in Computational Biology with a minor in Neuroscience. Sophia combined her passions for neuroscience and computational work through participation in a research project in the laboratory of Dr. Allison Barth, where she worked in collaboration with Dr. Bar Joseph from the Machine Learning Department here at CMU to model hubs and networks of neurons in the brain cortex to determine their optimal quality. Sophia was a published co-author 3 times in the lab for her efforts in the lab. She balanced her strength in the lab as a 4-year member and lessons coordinator with the Ballroom Dance Club and as a 4-year competitor on the Ballroom Dance team. This past spring, she was a teaching assistant for the Experimental Cell and Developmental Biology Laboratory course. Today, she's graduating with MCS College Honors and is being recognized by the Department for Outstanding Undergraduate Research. Beginning this fall, Sophia will pursue her doctoral training in neuroscience at Northwestern University. Congratulations. Michelle Yu, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences and Psychology. Michelle joined the research group of Dr. Sander Coleman, where she conducted independent research to understand the influences of cortical inhibitory circuits on perceptual learning. As a 3-year member and co-president of the Global Public Health Brigades, Michelle helped to raise over $20,000 to fund spring break mission trips to Honduras and Nicaragua, where CMU students executed community-wide infrastructure projects and health education training. Michelle was a 4-year member and co-president of the Triple Helix, CMU's chapter of an international journal of science and society. Serving her campus, Michelle worked for 2 years as a resident assistant in Donner and Doherty Apartments. She was recognized yesterday by the university with the Senior Leadership Award. Following graduation, Michelle plans to work as a medical scribe at the Long Island North Shore Hospital before pursuing medical school. Congratulations. And Jamie Zahn, Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences with a degree options in biochemistry and biophysics, as well as a minor in professional writing. Jamie conducted research in the laboratory of Dr. David Hackney, where he characterized molecular motors to study kinetics of head-to-tail binding under various conditions. Just this week, he defended his work in a senior honors research thesis. He shared a scientific passion with his peers as a teaching assistant for experimental biochemistry laboratory course. Outside the lab, Jamie was a 3-year member of Awareness in Roots in Chinese Culture, an organization whose goal is to increase awareness of Chinese culture on our campus by sponsoring open events such as the Mid-Autumn Festival, Night Market, and the Chinese New Year. He was also a 4-year participant in One Night in Beijing, the annual Chinese cultural show, which also he served as a 1-time actor and 3-time show director. Additionally, Jamie used funds received through a small undergraduate research grant this semester to publish an educational science fiction book, which he authored for young adults. Yesterday, Jamie was the recipient of a University Senior Leadership Award, and he's graduating today with MCS College and University Honors. He's being recognized by the department for outstanding academic achievement and outstanding undergraduate research. Beginning this fall, Jamie will be attending Princeton University for his doctoral training in molecular biology. Congratulations. In closing, I'd like to congratulate all of our new alumni one more time. Well, this time last year, I told the 2015 graduates that I wouldn't be back here again. But last summer, I realized that I just couldn't drop the advising connections that I had with you guys going into your senior year. I'm so happy that I was able to see your undergraduate careers through to the end and to be here to celebrate with you today. So for now, I'd like to take a few minutes to share my thoughts about our interactions over the past 4 years and my final advice for you. So since I am your advisor, you can't expect me to stop advising just because I gave you a diploma. In preparing my remarks, I've been reflecting on this past year in particular. I thought a lot about the changes that have happened to all of us in that short time. We've all been so incredibly lucky to work with some amazing colleagues here at CMU and who have been extremely influential on our professional development, including many who are here on stage today. However, one colleague who isn't here with us today is Dr. Eric Grotzinger, who retired as Associate Dean in December after 36 years at CMU. His daughter is getting her MBA at USC this weekend, so he couldn't be here for any of the commencement events. As many parents in the room may remember him from the parents' presentation that MCS put together for Move-In Day 4 years ago, or as your son or daughter's first-year advisor here in MCS. I've been so fortunate to work closely with him over the past 8 years and get a strong sense of what qualities have allowed him to be successful at CMU for so long. I'd like to share some of the most important lessons that I've learned from him and that I've tried to implement more thoughtfully in my daily life, and I think will serve you well as you're leaving CMU. So there's one refrain in Eric's approach to his work that always impressed me as much as it terrified me, and that's that preparation only goes so far, and sometimes you have to wing it to make something successful and memorable. Many of you may think of a time where this motto played out in all of its glory in your life, or you saw Dr. Grotzinger use it. While I'm certainly not telling you to wing everything, definitely use this appropriately, and it will keep you and your colleagues on your toes and help keep your work fresh over the coming years. Dr. Grotzinger was a man who knew his strengths were in teaching and connecting with others. While he was tasked with many major projects and running significant programs over his tenure here, he was never afraid to recognize when he wasn't the expert and needed some help to make a project top-notch. I am convinced that he knows everybody on campus, from the grounds crew to the president. His warm personality and humbling nature allowed him to collaborate with experts in the field to develop numerous outstanding educational and extracurricular programs for tens of thousands of students on campus. While he knew his limits, he also challenged himself to continue learning and growing his talents. For example, just a few years ago, he took 2 semesters of Italian in preparation for a trip to Italy. I urge you to know your limits and reach out when you need help, but also don't be afraid to keep learning new things. Those approaches will keep your career exciting, creative, and productive. I also believe that many people connected with Eric not only because he is a genuinely nice guy, but he is so passionate about making this place better every day, not just for the students, but for the rest of us as well. I'm not entirely sure if there's a singular secret to his success, but if I had to guess, I would say a big part of it had to do with his love of the job. How many of you got a high five after passing a tough physics exam? Or got a thumbs up on the sideline of your sporting event? Or just walked into his office unannounced when you had a bad day and knew he would help you recover? He loved getting to know students and help to personalize your experience and maximize each student's potential and passions. I have truly loved working with each of you as well, and I hope that I've been a part of your CMU experience and building similar relationships with you. I hope that you too will find a career that challenges you to get better at your craft, accentuates your talents, and allows you to work with amazing colleagues. I want to close by saying how grateful I am that I had the opportunity to learn with and from each of you during our time on campus. Thank you for all the great memories. I actually realized this weekend that I had my first child and I missed part of your first semester because when I had my son Drew, so it's kind of funny that I'm seeing you as a mother now. You're my first group of students where I was a mom as an advisor, which has definitely changed my approach to advising. So you got a different experience than some of the other groups. I, along with the rest of the faculty, are looking forward to the updates from you over the years. Please keep in touch and let us know how your lives unfold. And as graduates from our department, we definitely expect great things from you. I wish you all the best and congratulations again. Thanks.
Please join me first in congratulating our fantastic graduates one more time. I find it truly humbling to hear about the fantastic accomplishments that these young people have carried out already. So I wanted to spend just a few brief moments with my charge to the class. And I was inspired to put this talk together by a story on the CBS Evening News this past Thursday. And I'm pretty sure that most of you were celebrating at that time, so you missed it. So I'll tell you all about it. If you want to hear more about it, though, it's going to be on 60 Minutes this Sunday. But I suspect that you'll all be celebrating then as well. So, but it'll be on YouTube, for an eternity. So, but. The story is a centerpiece for 3 lessons that I'd like to leave you with. And the 3 lessons come from 3 people who fit into the story, as you'll see. One is Louis Pasteur, and the lesson is to use what you know. The second is Eckhart Wimmer, and the lesson is to listen to your critics, but don't believe them. And the third is Matthias Gromier, who, and the lesson is, don't let conventional wisdom determine your vision for yourself. So the story, and maybe some of you actually saw it, was about the successful treatment for a deadly brain cancer called glioblastoma. And that affects about 15,000 people per year in the US. Life expectancy is about 12 months post-diagnosis. The disease has had a personal effect on many of us because our colleague Joel Stiles was diagnosed with glioblastoma in 2010, and by May 2011, he had perished. The story focused on a 20-year-old woman who was diagnosed at about the same time as Joel, but is still alive and is, at the last checkup, cancer-free, entirely cancer-free. And she was treated with a modified polio virus. So polio, as you may know, travels to the brain and causes, polio infection causes loss of neuromuscular function. And one of the very famous polio victims was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, so you may be familiar with it from that context. And now the disease is largely contained due to a vigorous worldwide vaccination program. And I checked, there were 74 cases reported last year out of 700 billion people on the planet Earth. So that's as close to disease eradication as has ever been achieved. And the treatment that saved this young 20-year-old and has promised to save many, many more victims of the disease was devised by a physician-scientist named Matthias Gromier at Duke University. And what he did was after his medical training, he decided he wanted to get involved in basic research and did a postdoctoral studies of poliovirus to complete his training. And this treatment is so successful that it's actually been fast-tracked by the FDA to get it into patients faster and more broadly than most treatments. So what are the lessons? Well, first of all, how could I possibly start the story with Louis Pasteur? Well, I have a simple answer for that. Louis Pasteur is a hero of mine. And I submit to you that he's one of the most famous scientists, if not the most famous scientist ever to have lived. His name appears probably half a dozen times in every one of our refrigerators. Moreover, there are many products that you would not buy if they didn't have his name on them. So that seems like quite an astronomical level of success. And Louis Pasteur was an extremely rigorous scientist. He came up with hypotheses, he tested them, he held himself to the highest technical standards. But he did something that a lot of us don't do until we get older, which is that once he discovered a principle, he tried to apply it to improve either industrial processes or human health. And in fact, he is really the originator of the idea that you can take a pathogenic organism, or virus, and make a non-pathogenic derivative that has some utility, as is the case with this polio. So the lesson there from Louis Pasteur is to use what you know, and maybe your name will appear in everybody's refrigerator 120 years from now or so. So the second part of my story focuses on a scientist named Eckhard Wimmer, and he's actually the person who trained Matthias Gromier. And he's one of the preeminent poliovirus researchers in the US, in the world today, really, and he's at SUNY Stony Brook. And in 2002, he accomplished something that made it to the national press. He synthesized from molecular building blocks alone a complete infectious poliovirus. And the reason that he did it was that he knew that you can't really understand something completely unless you can build it yourself. So as scientists, a lot of the time what we do is we try to break things and figure out, oh, how did we break that? And that tells us something that's important. But when you build something from scratch, then you really understand it. Well, Wimmer was criticized vigorously in the press, and one of his most vehement critics was Craig Venter, who's a famous scientist in his own right. And Venter actually criticized him not for his accomplishment, but for his motives in synthesizing an infectious agent. And this was very soon after 9/11, and so the idea that this could be used for terrorist purposes was at the tip of everyone's tongue, even though polio would be a relatively unsuccessful terrorist vehicle, I would suspect. But the point I want to make is that actually Craig Venter's claim to fame to this day is from synthesis of artificial bacterial genomes. And one has to wonder whether his criticism of Wimmer was not born from a conflict of interest. And so the lesson I'd like to leave you with from Eckhard Wimmer is listen to your critics, take note of what they say. They may have some useful advice for you, but don't take them too seriously, especially when they deduce what your motives are. You know what your motives are, and they may have a conflict of interest that you will never figure out, at least not for another 8 or 10 years. So listen, but don't worry. So the third person I'd like to speak about just briefly is Matthias Gromier. And he's the person who's spent the last 20 years studying poliovirus and derived from it this cure for glioblastoma. Now, Gromier's studies, which I actually reviewed last night and today, focus on very basic aspects of virus biology, how the virus grows, how it binds to host cells, how it enters them. So all kinds of basic things that you make it into textbooks, scientists discuss them at meetings, but it doesn't seem like it would be all that earth-shattering, perhaps, especially not for a virus that basically we almost never see as an infectious agent. And in fact, he came up with this idea of using poliovirus to treat glioblastoma when he was a postdoc with Eckhard Wimmer in about the year 2000. And they published a paper on it. And I would say that by most standard criteria that we scientists use to judge one another and administrators use to judge us, this paper was a failure. Okay? It was very seldom cited, until very recently, of course. And in fact, I decided to look at one of the very conventional measures of Matthias Gromier's success. So some of the geniuses who run the world have come up with a thing called an H-index, which is a measure of the success, they say, of scientists. Okay? It roughly has to do with how many papers you publish and how often they're cited. So, and it's advertised as a one-size-fits-all measure of scientific creativity, imagination, impact, and so forth. So to give you an example of the scale, Nobel Prize winners, I looked up a few, they have H indices of about 100 to 200 H units, I guess they are. Normal people, like us, we have H indexes of somewhere in the range of 20 to 50. So I wanted to look up Matthias Gromier's H index. He has an H index of 4. Okay? He will probably cure something like 15,000 fatal disease victims per year in the US alone, and probably 10 times that many worldwide, with a very, very simple treatment. This is not something that, Eckhard Wimmer synthesized it from simple moving parts. And so the lesson that I'd like to leave you with from Matthias Gromier is, sure, there are all kinds of conventional measures of success, and I encourage you strongly to check all of those boxes. Seek them out. They will guarantee that you get a mortgage. They will guarantee that you get a raise. They could even guarantee you'd end up as department head. Okay? I can tell you that from experience now. But don't let conventional measures of success guide your vision for what you want to accomplish, what you know that you can do to improve humankind and society. So I thank you very much for your attention. Once again, I remain in awe of the accomplishments of this stupendous group of students. And my last act is to tell you that we can take photos outside because it's not raining yet. So, for the graduates, please.
all just lay in bed.